Look at you. Look at you and your goatee and your hell's bells.
You proud of yourself?
Or like Tinkerbells.
You see what you did last night?
You trotting in, fans are screaming, bringing your weak mid-80s heat.
You cost us a win on Friday, my friend.
Look at you!
Look at you!
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You give nothing to society.
I'm embarrassed. Embarrassed by this high leg kick and this piece of cheese on your foot.
That's the problem. They mounted them on cheese.
Trevor Hoffman. Normally, go-to closer. A guy you can count on to close out the win.
Historic player.
Almost 600 saves.
Mm-hmm.
You see that at Miller Park.
593, big banner.
Yes, they're counting it
Dropping
down.
banners. Which he said he doesn't like, by the way.
I don't like it either. I think it puts a lot of pressure on.
What?
Whatever.
You know what? You've been around. You're a fossil, for God's sake. You're the winningest, savingest pitcher, I should say, in the history of the game. Deal with it. You've had worse pressure than this.
So on Friday, he gets the loss. Gives up a 2-run homer with 2 outs.
Good piece of hitting. Good piece of hitting.
The Brewers
Good
lose to the
pitch.
Cardinals. Saturday, they just got crushed.
They sucked.
They didn't need Trevor Hoffman. Last night, he comes in with a 3-run lead. 2 outs.
To borrow it from Big Mike.
3-run lead.
3-run lead. Nobody on.
2 outs. You give up a 2-run jack to Albert Pujols. I can forgive
That
you.
happens.
Pujols, best hitter going.
I still can't forgive that, though. I don't like that. That's not your job. Your job is to close the game out with no damage. Just get in, get out, get happy.
Then Holiday comes in, grooves another fastball, bingo bango, tie game.
Center field. This was not Eaker over the
No.
fence into the bullpen.
Thank goodness for Casey McGee, the Brewers win, but that's not what this is about. This is about Trevor Hoffman. The question people are asking, is Trevor past his prime? Should we be worried that Trevor Hoffman needs to be replaced?
The answer to question number 1 is yes.
Of course he's
42
past his
years
prime.
old and 593 saves. Yes, you're past your prime.
42 is not old in the real world, but
No, it's quite young.
in the sporting world,
It's the new 32.
the baseball world,
He's a fossil.
he's getting up there.
Yeah. He's
I mean-
petrified wood.
He used to throw high 80s. Not anymore.
No, he was. Well, the gun had him 86 yesterday, which post-game press conference apparently was a bit high.
And I'll say this. Yeah, Trevor Hoffman quoted himself as saying 85. He was embarrassed. He was throwing an 85-mile-per-hour fastball and couldn't get it past these guys. I mean, he was embarrassed by it.
I'm not, though. I'm not embarrassed by mid-80s, provided
No.
your changeup is working, and that's become his pitch.
Oh,
The
yeah.
off-speed, the changeup, mix it up, make a guy look silly.
He's known
Use
for his
it.
changeup.
Use it.
And he wasn't using it last night.
No.
Which leads me to
7
believe
straight fastballs. 7.
it means it wasn't working.
I guess.
Something's wrong with his changeup. Normally, you figure that out in spring training.
Or was this a head thing?
Maybe, but normally a pitcher takes the time in spring training to work on their pitches, get things right. Trevor Hoffman didn't participate in spring training.
Right.
He faced very few live hitters.
Right.
Maybe now this is his spring training. And we're seeing him work out the kinks when games count. That's not a good thing. But maybe that's what part of this is about.
I understand that. I do.
And to throw an 85-mile-per-hour fastball to most guys, if your changeup is working, you can probably get away with.
It's fine.
Because it looks like 95.
Right, exactly. That's all fine. I don't have a problem with the velocity.
But to Albert Pujols, who, and you said this, you told me this, he's like an alien.
He is. He possesses an ability to slow the game down to frame-by-frame motion. I don't know how he does it, but he can. You know how guys say when they're in the groove, the game slows down. They can see the rotation better.
Yeah, when they get hot.
They're seeing the ball well is the cliche that's always used.
Yeah.
He always sees the ball well. It's always slow motion.
It never stops for him.
No, he's a freak.
And he did it to Randy Wolf, hit a 2-run homer.
Right.
And does it to Trevor Hoffman. But to Albert Pujols, an 85-mile-per-hour fastball, if that's the only pitch you've got to throw, looks like about probably 35. And
Little league speed.
to the normal hitter who's got a split second to a second to make up his mind if he wants to swing or not, Pujols has sat down, read the paper, probably had a snack,
Right.
and then is like, oh crap, I have to swing.
Here it comes. And then
Picks up his bat, and then he's just got time to do whatever he wants.
And possesses such silly strength.
Oh, he's
that
amazing.
all wrist, all hand. He's got that Hank Aaron wrist flick that is enough to get the ball out of the park. He's that strong.
Yeah, the dude's amazing.
Even when he makes a mistake, even if he is tardy on a pitch, he possesses the strength to be able to keep it in the foul poles.
So, is it time? Are you concerned that Trevor Hoffman is not the answer as our closer?
Yes and no. I'm concerned because
Kind of a chicken bleep answer.
It is a chicken bleep answer, but it's not working right now. At the same time, we are 6 games into the season.
Exactly.
So I'm not ready to freak out yet. At the same time, the game you lost on Friday, if you end up 2 back in October, is the game you should have had in April.
Yeah.
That would have evened the score. So you can't win a pennant in April. But it can sure make it a heck of a lot easier in September and early October.
Every game
and that's
counts.
what drives me nuts.
Yeah.
That's your division rival. That's your reigning champion. You've got to win those games. And when you're 593, man, when you're the winningest ever, you've got to have that game.
And when you look at Friday, I sort of forgive that one because it maybe was a fluke.
It was
a good pitch.
Hit. It was a heck of a hit.
It was a good pitch.
Dude was down on one knee.
Yeah, he should not have been able to hit that ball with power, but he did. He'll throw that same pitch maybe 10 more times, and no one will hit it for a home run.
Right.
So that one, okay.
That had the makings of a fister to McGee over the first game over.
Sunday is what really kind of worries you about Hoffman. I'm not willing to give up on him yet, but I hope it's a short leash. If he continues to struggle, blows a couple more, let's give Hawkins a shot.
Fine.
Or Coffey. What's nice about this is if Hoffman struggles, and you know what? I think he knows enough himself to pull himself out of that role. At least give himself a break if it becomes a head thing.
You're saying to say to Maka or Peterson, listen,
give me some time away. Right, let's have Hawkins.
Let me go down to Appleton. Up to Appleton, as the case might be.
LaTroy Hawkins can close. Todd Coffey can close. Villanueva, huge
big
end of the world.
Big pinch, Vulcan neck pinch.
End of the world scenario could close for you.
Right.
So it's nice that the Brewers have options. That's what's great about having depth in a bullpen.
Yeah, and I'm
not willing to give up on Hoffman. I love Hoffman. I still think if his changeup is right, and clearly it wasn't yesterday, if it's there, that is a great out pitch that guys, even though they know it's coming, still can't handle.
Right. The mark of a legend.
Yeah.
They know what's coming and they still can't hit you.
Because it's not like when he's getting outs, he's not getting hit hard. He's been getting hit hard.
Yeah, he's been putting guys on base. Although, historically, he puts guys on base.
And it works out.
He gives up runs.
Yeah.
And he finds a way to just get the save. Ultimately, I don't care if his ERA is 57. Yeah. If he's got 35 saves out of 39 opportunities, then I'm good to go on the season.
But
he puts guys on base.
It'd be better this morning on a Monday to know that you took 2 out of 3 from the Cardinals rather than dropping 2 out of 3. And you should have won 2 games.
Yes.
Easily should have won on Friday. And you won last night, but it was a lot closer than it should have been.
And to take a little bit of the heat off of Hoffman and off of the bullpen, off the pitching staff, you had opportunities again yesterday to put up more runs with the bases loaded.
Well, you score 8 runs.
And you scored enough. Absolutely. That's way more than enough.
Yeah.
But Friday, similar situation. You had opportunities to tack on some insurance runs and couldn't get it done offensively, which would have taken a little of the heat off. I'm not excusing go to hell's bells. Yeah. You've got to close that game, especially with 2 outs.
But we're still sticking with Hoffman.
I'm sticking with Hoffman.
I'm okay, but a tongue lashing is...
Yes, at least.
Is worth it.
At least a tongue lashing. A forked tongue lashing.
I think we did. That was interesting.
Yes. Thank you.
But I think it was well deserved.
A little bit of a Michael Fay Singapore scenario.
Get the act together. That's all we ask. Right?
Do whatever you have to do. Sacrifice chickens, rub bones on bats, whatever you have to do.
If they go to him against the Cubs
Shots
today...
to Joe Boo.
If they go to him against the Cubs today, he better do get it right. That's all.
That scares the crap out of me.
Don't blow it. Bounce back. Get it done.
The Cubs have a history of finding ways in the bottom of the 9th inning against us, or top of the 9th inning.
But they're playing bad.
Yeah, they're playing bad. But
I hate the Cubs. Hate the Cubs.
They're saying the same thing in Chicago that we're saying now.
Right.
It's April.
Right.
Relax.
Get it right.
They always find a way.
Get it right. Figure it out.
Do something.
Throw the change up.
I'm walking out on you.
Throw the change up, Hoffman.
Walking out on you.